Now, the Proteas women's team are involved in a three-way fight for two semi-final spots and are looking for victory against Bangladesh tomorrow, which will provide safe passage to the business end of the T20 Women's World Cup out in the UAE. Now, to talk about the performance of the team so far and give us a little bit of sneak peek into the mind frame of the team, we've roped in Proteas all-rounder Suné Luus. Good morning, Suné. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Suné, let's start and talk about perhaps how the team is feeling given your performance so far out in the World Cup, of course, barring that little bit of a hiccup you had against England.
Yeah, obviously happy to be here. I think, that first win against West Indies was very crucial for us, just to start the tournament right and to get that momentum. Obviously, England didn't go as planned. We didn't play our best cricket on the day, and we know to beat a world-class team like England, you need to be, on the straps from ball one. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. But obviously, a good comeback against Scotland. Also good for our net run rate, which will obviously help towards the end of the group stages. So the girls are in good spirits. Obviously, last game tomorrow against Bangladesh. We're ready for that. We know what we need to do. And yeah, we're all just very excited.
Let's talk about that Scotland encounter, because I can tell you, for us watching here at home, we were absolutely excited about that. But just overall, what would you say you make of what you've been able to do with ball and bat as a team?
Yeah, I think it's obviously crucial. Every player has a part to play. I think we have our strongest 11 at on the field at the moment, which is great. Everyone is fit. Everyone's injury free, which is really good. We have a great leader, and I think Laura is setting the tone and leading from the front as captain. So I think everyone is just chipping in at the moment, and I think everyone is kind of performing at the right time. And down to 11, we are performing in our individual aspects of the game. So I think it just comes down to contributions from everyone. We know this is very much an individual sport and a team sport, but yeah, so everyone is just performing at the right time and peaking, and I think the coaches should be very happy with that.
And so now when you say it's very much an individual as well as a team sport, we kind of have the saying that you guys seem to have your destiny in your own hands at the moment. Speak to me about that, just the pressure of expectation as well from a fan perspective, because we're sitting here saying we want to see the South African team in the semi-finals, and looking at that three-way race at the moment between yourselves, England and West Indies to make that final. How's that playing in terms of just your mindset and your preparation ahead of that final game tomorrow in the group stages?
Yeah, obviously, you play international sport, and with every game you play, there is certain pressures. But I think we're a team that we don't want to add too much pressure onto that pressure as well. There's already pressure coming from all over. So I think if we put that extra bit of pressure on ourselves, we're putting ourselves in the back seat. So I think for us is, just to go out there. It's a last group stage game. We've been having so much fun and playing some good cricket, so I don't see how that's going to be any different tomorrow. Obviously, we need to get a win on the board. But yeah, I think the girls are ready. I think we love playing at World Cups, and we've been very successful so far. So I think just going on that momentum and just going with that confidence into tomorrow's game, I'm sure it will go well.
Speaking about playing at World Cups and doing well there, I mean, you led this team in the World Cup last year right here in our South African shores, and you guys did amazing, just reaching that final and losing out to eventual winners. When you look at the team now and having lost quite a number of the experienced players you had, how would you say that's affected you just ahead of this World Cup, and how you guys have been able to pick yourselves up though?
Yeah, I think obviously losing quality players like Shibnam Ismail, from the previous World Cup, she's a world-class bowler and exceptional under pressure. So, I think it's obviously a big loss for us. But as you can see at the moment, the girls coming through, we've been doing very well. Aya's been stepping up as a bowler. You've got some young blood in Anri Dirksen who's been firing as well. So all the girls coming through, it's been very exciting. We've been playing alongside each other for the last couple of games as well, leading up to this World Cup. So, I think it's the nature of the game. Players retire, and you need to fill that spot, and whoever comes in needs to unfortunately step into very big shoes and be successful from the get-go. But I think the girls have been doing it. That's been coming in. So that's very exciting for South African cricket.
And Suné, just as I start wrapping up with you, we look at the fact that from a domestic point of view, we now do have a professional setup for women's cricket. How much do you think that's aided our game as a national team?
Yeah, it's massive. I think just being able to practice and play cricket full time. I think, we're trying to compete against countries who's been doing that for many years, and we're only starting now. So, I think it's a great stepping stone for the girls and for the country as well. I think you just give the girls the opportunity to actually, get better and spend time to getting better. As professional athletes, you need to practice, and you need to practice almost 6 hours a day in all the different aspects of cricket. So I think just giving them the opportunity to be able to be professional and just do cricket, it's a huge boost. And I think stepping into the international stage from coming from a domestic level, you're giving them that advantage already. Whereas previously, I think they were at a disadvantage coming into international cricket because they haven't been playing a lot of cricket. They can't do it every day, and then trying to compete against players who's been doing that for years. So it's definitely a step in the right direction. And I think it's just going to grow our cricket more and more, and we're going to go from strength to strength.
Suné, thank you so much for your time this morning, and good luck to you and the rest of the team in that encounter against Bangladesh. That is, of course, Suné Luus. She is a Proteas all-rounder speaking to us right now from the United Arab Emirates, where South Africa are currently participating in the ICC T20 World Cup.